Be brave, be bold, and follow your dreams. This could come from a postcard or a magnet on your fridge. This sentence is what Laura lives right now. My name is 𝐻𝐡𝐞𝐧 𝐈. I'm here to share success stories of women from all around the globe to inspire and to encourage millions of women to write their own success story. So Laura, a couple of months ago, decided to follow her dreams now, not when she's 60 or she doesn't work anymore or she has more money or more courage. She does it now. So she took her husband and her kids, who were excited about it as well, and a little over 2 months ago they moved to Italy, to their dream place. I'm really excited to be introducing to you Laura Lustika and her story and her passion. Welcome, Laura. It's a pleasure to see you.
Hi, Anita. Hi, everyone. It's really great to be here. And I'm sending you really super sunny greetings from Italy. Today is another amazing day of Italian autumn with +20 sun and just a dream come true.
Oh, it looks wonderful. And this is not a poster in the back. This is real life. You're by the lake or by the sea?
It is our lake. So we are by the lake Trasibeno, which is in the middle of Italy. And we live in the city by the lake. So that's where we go every day. And no, it's not a postcard, even though it may look like that. No.
Oh my God, it sounds dreamy. And some of your pictures are like a postcard. Ah, wonderful. So I probably don't need to ask, but I still ask, how are you today?
Amazing, a bit excited, a bit nervous, of course, because I don't do touch calls every day, but I'm really, really happy to be here. And I love the path which you have started by interviewing the ladies, the women who have passion. I think it's a wonderful thing to do, and I'm super happy to share my passion.
Thank you so much. Yes, well, when I heard your story, I thought, oh my God, that sounds so admirable, full of courage and passion and power. And it will definitely inspire so many women to start following their dreams or jump and take a leap of faith. So where does your dream come from? You said it's a dream come true to move to Italy.
Yeah. I don't know when it started, honestly. I cannot say that at this point we fell in love with Italy. It just happened one day when I understood that Italy is the country which is my country. I am from the Baltic countries and I have lived there all my life, apart from a brief life in UK. But other than that, I somehow felt that Italy is for me. It is a mix of everything. Why Italy? Because people tend to ask a lot, like, why Italy? Why not Spain? Why not France, which are close by? It's the climate, definitely, the sun. There's a lot of sun. It's a mild climate. It's the beauty of the nature. Italy is a lot about the nature. It is the art, the music, the people, and the culture and values which they have. I think this resonated most. Even though I have not been in Italy hundreds of times, I felt always that this is for me. This is where I belong. And I'm very lucky that my husband shares the same understanding. So he was fully with me when we spoke about Italy as one of our destinations. At first, we spoke about retirement, but then now we're here.
Sounds wonderful. Amazing. Yeah, you said first you spoke about retiring. When we'll be old, we'll follow this dream. So what changed? What happened? Was there a game changer?
Yeah, there was, and really an unexpected one. Because with my husband, we were saying that, yes, when we retire, we want to have a flat or a house in Italy, and we move because we want to have a nice, warm climate when we're old. And the kids will be big. So we have 2 kids, 6 and 8 years old boys. And at that moment, of course, they would be big enough to have their own life. So that was our stable plan. as people who like to plan, we said, yes, that's how it is. So 20 more years to go, or 25 till the pension, and that's it. Then we fly off to Italy. But life decided to do it differently. I had a huge change in my professional life. I have been working in HR for nearly 20 years and mainly working in very big and international companies. And due to many changes in my last occupational place, in my last working place, I lost the job, which was a huge surprise for me. I did not expect it. Of course, I mean, nobody expects it. I was working hard and I was dedicating a lot of time for the work and somehow trying to balance all the time the work and the family with 2 small kids. And then at some point I was left like, okay, so what do I do now? All the change of losing the job was really hard, especially for a person who is dedicated to the work as I was. So I saw myself through all this leap of change, like being angry, being sad, crying a lot, being lost, of not understanding what do I do next, where is my future path, doubting a bit if I am in the right position, if this is my field, if this thing happened to me. But then one day we sat down with my husband and we just had a talk about the future. And we drew for ourselves 3 directions which we could take. One was that we stay in our country and I continue just in a different company, doing the same work, working a lot, balancing my life and family life, and somehow getting by in a stable environment, in this planned environment. The second option was that I could start a consultancy business, like a private business, which would be a bit more risky, but still we would be in a safe environment in our country. And then we said, but let's have a third option. Let's think, what if we move now? What if we make our dream come true now? If life tells you need to change something, and obviously life was telling me I need to change something, let's consider it. It was not a fast decision, of course. We had so many fears. We still have a lot of fears. It was about the finances, like where do we get the money from? Because I would not be working because of the language. The environment, would people accept us? We're foreigners. The same language. We don't speak Italian. We have no relatives, no friends, nobody there. But then we said to ourselves, let's try it. Let's go for it. We are still young. We still have the energy. We still have the willingness to do. And our kids are still small enough to adapt in the environment easily and to learn the language easily. And we were just thinking that let's do it. Let's have a try. Let's make it work out as good as possible. And then when we are old and when we are retired, then we can say proudly we did it. And even if it didn't work out, we can always come back home. We can always start from scratch there, because it may be a bit easier there. But we will have done it. That was our motto for the decision making and then also throughout the whole moving journey.
That is really inspiring. Yeah, like you said, rationally, there is so much that speaks against it, right? I don't speak the language. How about finances? I leave my comfort zone. So much changes. We don't have anyone there. It's so great that you have this in your mind whenever you have your doubts. Okay, if it doesn't work out, we can always go back, and then it has been an experience. So
Exactly.
It's not a failure if you go back, it's just an experience and you had the courage to do it. And so when you're 80, you won't look back and say, well, I had this dream, but I wasn't courageous enough, or, well, one day I just didn't have the money or the health or something. You are living it. And then whatever happens, who knows what life will bring. And you also have a blog where you write about your experiences, you share pictures, stories, emotions, you share your ups and downs.
Yeah. This is what I understood that I will do immediately when the decision was made that we move. And why I made the decision that I want to share is because I got so many good and bad reactions on our decision. Let's put it this way. There were reactions where people were openly saying that we're crazy and saying that this is a stupid decision. And some of the people whom I really respected and thought well about, this was their reaction, which is okay. It's a normal reaction because it is a crazy move, but in a positive way. And then there were people who were saying, you inspire us. The thing, what you do, we want to look at you, we want to follow you, we want to read about it, and we want to make our brave decisions, even though it's not about moving. But I had a colleague who was just saying, I cannot make up my mind to lose the weight. And then you make up your mind, you just move to Italy. Like, wow, what an inspiration. So yes, I'm writing, I'm sharing my really ups and downs, not only the positive sides, but also the surprises which we have. Like we had a leaking roof. We have many funny and not so funny stories about not speaking the language and not being able to communicate fully. And that's the way how I want people to be brave. I want to inspire people to be brave and just to do what you want to do. You can always look back and say it was an experience and I did it, rather than looking back and saying, yeah, I was too scared to do it.
Yeah, inspiring. Yeah, I can imagine a leaking roof and so many hurdles and struggles and challenges. Now it's just, it probably makes you crazy. And sometimes you wonder, did I make the right decision? But later, these are the stories that are the ones that you will share and remember and tell and maybe write a book about.
Yeah, the book is upcoming as well. You're right.
Yeah, you are already great.
I'm warming up my hand with a blog, and the book is in my mind. I just need to put it out because now I'm not working as I used to work before. I am a full-time mom now, which is a new position for me. I can say it's really a full-time job to be looking after the household and after the kids. And writing has always been my passion. Again, work life did not allow this passion to have to flourish. But the new environment and the availability of the time allows me to do what I want to do, what I like to do.
Wonderful. You mentioned the feedback from your surrounding, some really amazing and some people trying you to stay, which is normal. They don't mean it, they don't want to harm you. They just want to keep you safe, right? Just like your mind. Our mind doesn't like to leave the comfort zone. And the crazier the idea, the more it tries to scare you and get you back to your old habits and to your old life, because this feels safe. And in your blog, you mentioned several times mind games. Would you tell about that?
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite topics because the mind is really an amazing thing, which is actually ruling our life and not always in the positive way. I have studied psychology and I was always reading about those mind games a lot and thinking it's so interesting, and I could notice them in the others, but I could never actually catch them on myself. But when this change happened with losing the job and making a decision to move, I started to see my mind. Oh my God, it's a crazy thing, and it's really doing everything to stop you from getting out of the comfort zone, like everything. I was observing it a bit like from the side, and I saw the fears, how they were starting to grow. Like, you will not find a job. How will it happen? You will not have friends there. What about the kids? If they don't fit in the school, how will it be like? So all those fears, they just appear out of nowhere and they rule you. If you allow this to happen, they will actually, if I would have allowed them to rule me, I would not be here. So I had kind of tattooed on my brain that I will follow my dream. We go to Italy because this is our dream. We live the dream no matter what. And this mantra helped me all the time to stop those mind games, or at least to see them. I could not stop them. No, no, no. I was also waking up in the middle of night during the first month here in Italy, thinking, oh my God, what will I do? I don't have the money. I don't have the job. So it's okay. It happens. But you need to stop it. You need to see it. And you need to not allow those games take over. And it happens all the time. It happens with many people. And I think if we let it happen, we will never experience the things we actually want. Like I was mentioning, I wanted to write a book. I never did it because, yeah, my mind was scaring me away from it. It's better to do the regular job and earn the money, which you know is coming to your bank account, rather than doing the things which make you happy and inspired. So it happens all the time, And I do hope that with my blog and also with this interview, we will manage to inspire people to a bit step aside and just think, what do you actually want? What actually makes you happy? And be brave. Just be brave and do the move.
True. Nothing great ever happens when you stay in your comfort zone. You need to leave it to actually make amazing things happen and follow your dreams and yeah, become yourself, the person you want to be.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and that you cannot plan completely because life is what happens along the way, right?
It does. But then you need to stay open to everything. I think this is also something that helps us a lot. We did not have huge expectations on moving. We did not build a massive plan where we will live, which schools the kids will go to, what kind of a job I will have, or when we will learn the language. We did not have such a huge plan which could break. We were just open. We said we go to the country of our dreams. We get there. First, we settle in, and then we take things bit by bit, being open to, okay, maybe this is an opportunity, maybe that is an opportunity. And as mentioned before, even if nothing works out, we come back home with a huge, wonderful experience and another language which we have learned.
That is amazing attitude. Yeah, expect nothing, experience everything. This is what someone once has said to me when I moved to Southeast Asia for half a year, and it's really the best because the more you expect, the more you can, or the more you will be let down. Just be open to new experiences and go with the flow. And in your recent post, you wrote, change is scary. Yes, it always is. Humans usually don't like change, especially not our mind. Just accept it and then go with it. Go live through it.
Yeah, that's true. Because here also, even though the place is beautiful and the people are amazing, we have a lot of ups and downs. There are days when we are having a glass of wine and saying, what the hell did we do? It's hard. It is hard. We don't speak the language yet. We don't know the people yet. And then there are days when everything works out. And even without the language, we managed to settle everything. And the kids are happy at school and we are happy ourselves. So it is about the ups and downs, and it is about owning your own life. Not thinking that somebody is responsible for anything in your life. It's not like that. It's our life. We own it. So it's in our hands to make it as good as possible.
I can imagine it's like a roller coaster.
It
but
is.
if you have your dream, you have your vision, your aims in front of your eyes. So whenever you have a down, you just stay on your path.
It is. And when we have our downs, we always come to our lake, because this is why we chose the city, because of the lake. We found the lake first, and then we found the city, and then we found the apartment. This is our place of inspiration, our place of calmness. And when we see it and we see the mountains, now it's foggy, so mountains cannot be seen. But when we see it, we say to ourselves, yeah, it was the right decision. We will make it through. And it was definitely worth it, like 1000% worth it.
Oh my God, so inspiring. Get goosebumps. Ah, amazing. Yeah, when it comes to your future, to plans, you already mentioned you're writing a blog now and you want to write a book. Do you have any other plans, projects, dreams that you would like to realize?
I have many of them. I think this change and the move opened up my mind, and it usually happens with people when they change the environment. It opens up the minds of many, many things. And there are many directions where I could go. Of course, I would still be looking at the consultancy possibilities. Since I know the HR field, this is something I know, and I like coaching as well. But it is more about the writing and the sharing and supporting the people who are in the change, who need a push, a gentle or maybe sometimes a harder push to get their lives in a good order and to live a full and happy life. So many things in the head, nothing exact yet. And in Italy, yes, I'm learning the language to be able to help or to blend in the society here as well in a better way. Because in Italy, as I think many of us know, if you don't speak Italian, it's hard.
Mhm.
But the first step is warming up the hand with a blog and starting the book. At least one of them, since I have many, many ideas, but I need to start with one.
True, step by step.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds great. I'm sure we will hear more of you and see more and more projects. I can
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
just the environment, like you mentioned, the environment where you're in right now inspires you.
It does, it does. And sometimes I guess if you're feeling very like down and very bad, you sometimes just need to change the environment.
Mm.
We were talking with one of my friends yesterday and we were saying, just let's take a different path to the school. Let's
Mhm.
keep it that simple. Just to make your brain start to work differently and start to see things from a different perspective. You don't need to actually move to a different country, what we did. It's not necessary. You can just change the location of your working table from one room to another room, or just go on a different path, or just go to a different city. Just experience something new. And then the brain starts acting differently and you start feeling differently.
Mm. Mhm. Mhm. Amazing. What is your personal secret of success?
It's a super hard question.
Mhm.
I don't know if there is a
Mentioned
secret.
already a few of them.
I think, yeah, I'm thinking I actually already answered. My personal key to everything is positivity. This is how I have been approaching my life from early years, and it has helped me a lot. In any situation, how bad it is, just try to find at least one positive thing in it and then stick to that thing. It helps because life is full of ups and downs. And in some moments, it's more downs than ups, and that's just how life is. Um, I think the ownership of life is also something which is kind of me. I'm never thinking that somebody else is responsible for what happens with me. I'm
Mhm.
taking it in my own hands, and if I don't do something right, I can only blame myself. And if I do everything right, I can also only say, "Well done, Laura. It was a nice job." So those are the main things, and love. I think it's all about the love of the life, to love what you actually do, to love everything, to love the people around you. I had a colleague from Iceland, my previous manager, and he was a very inspirational person. And he was telling me already a couple of years ago that you can always choose the attitude towards everything what happens to you. You can choose to approach it from this happening from the love side, and it will open up the doors and you will find it more opportunities in it. Or you can choose to approach it from the fear side, which basically means you will fight. And I didn't understand this at the beginning. I was thinking like, what the hell? But then at some point or at certain age, I don't know, it all clicked. And now this is how I do. I approach every situation from the love side, opening up the opportunities and finding things which are positive, finding things which inspire me, and things which are in harmony with me.
Inspiring. Yeah, I like that recommendation. If you have the chance to talk to your younger self, what would you tell her?
I would tell her to be more brave, because I was not like I am now when I was younger. Now I'm in my 40s, so I guess the age does give you a bit of maturity, at least to me. I don't know how about the others, but to me it works out. I would tell to myself to be more brave and really to follow what I want to do. I didn't do it before. No, I did not. And I don't regret it, but yeah, that would be my warm advice to myself.
It's never too late to follow your dreams, right? And you're
Yeah.
really young. I mean, many people never follow their dreams, or too late, or when they want to, they can't anymore because maybe they don't have the health or the money or the time. So yeah, it's never too late.
That's true. That's true.
That is inspiring. Which inspiring woman would you love to see in my interview success story one day?
Oh, there are so many inspirational women, but there's one lady that comes to my mind immediately, since I know her personally. I have never met her physically, though, but I consider her my friend. It is my former colleague, Anna-Karin Manson. And she has been traveling throughout so many countries. For some time, she was living and working in India, then in Mexico, and now she's in Sweden. But it's not so much about the job, it's more about the personality, on how warm and supportive and attentive a person can be moving through those different cultures. And they are amazingly different cultures. So even though we have never met, I see her as my soulmate, and I would really be happy for her to be able to share how she does it. I don't know. For me, it's a mystery, but I would love to learn.
Sounds really inspiring. Thank you so much. Before we close our interview, would you like to show us a little around where you sit?
Of course, of course. I'm sitting on the rocks. So it's the best office ever. It's a natural chair, and behind me, is an amazing lake. It's quite white now because it's foggy. And probably you don't see the beautiful mountains on the other side.
No.
But this is my home now for more than 2 months. It's a huge lake, Lago Trasimeno, in the middle of Italy, Umbria region, so I can do a bit of advertising, with the best people here. Really warm, really kind, and really, really amazing place.
Wonderful.
So
Sounds like a great
postcard
travel
to you from Italy.
Wonderful.
It is.
Laura, thank you so much for for sharing your story, your passion, and inspiring us. It's really, really courageous, strong.
Oh, thank you, Anita. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. I hope the story does inspire at least some people, or some ladies, or some men, just to think of what you really want in the life and make a decision to do it. Just try it. It cannot go wrong. If it's what you want, it cannot go wrong. So thank you. Thank you a lot. Thank you. And bye-bye.
Bye. And to you out there, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. I'm sure you get some inspiration from Laura. You cannot but be inspired by her. Be brave, be bold, and follow your dreams. You don't have to take a leap of faith and jump into the cold water and completely change your life. It's usually the small steps that count on everyday life, whether it's in your personal life, in your professional life. You feel like you want to change something, start small, and small steps lead to a huge change one day. So see you next time. Take care. Bye.